Hey guys, it is me, Tanya, founder of the TNG Designs Group Limited. How are you doing? I hope you're all keeping safe and well. Now, in today's video, we're going to be talking about what is branding in business. Now, of course, I've talked about many things to do with the idea of this, and equally to really drive home what is involved in this. And that's what I want to make sure that we are covering in this video. There's a few other things that we need to make sure of that you're doing, especially, or anybody who is actually working with you to help boost your brand. I want to make sure that you are tapping into each and every one of these points to make sure that you get those better connections, to make sure that your presence is known, and equally you're setting a reputation that is suitable and congruent to you and your brand, and especially your beliefs. So folks, before you get stuck into this video, make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. Make sure you get out all the juicy little goodies from all the videos that I've shared in the past, but make sure you go ahead and hit that little ding bell. Hit the subscribe button to make sure that you do not miss out on any videos that I go ahead and upload. So folks, without further ado, let's get stuck into this. So, okay, as I said to you, we're going to be talking about what is branding in business. Now, when it comes to this subject, you know me, I'm a huge advocate for the idea of branding, but more so when it comes to your business, there's a different way to tackle it in comparison to when you're sorting out your personal brand. Now, go ahead and check out a link that will take you to an actual video that I literally hit home or pinpoint exactly what the differences are with regards to personal brand and business brand. Check that out and then make sure that you are making your notes there so that when you come back to watching this again, you equally get to re-understand what it is I'm talking about. But first, make sure you stay right here and just watch the end of this video because, as I said, there's going to be a few pointers that I want to make sure that you're covering when it comes to the idea of what is branding in your business, okay? Now, number one thing, I'm not going to say this particular thing, however, it does cover it and it helps you to understand what it is that you want to be known for, right? That is the number one thing. We want to make sure that when you understand what branding is in business, it's pinpointing or homing in on the idea of what it is that you want to be known for. Now, of course, you know, I always talk about the idea of your VPV, right? If you don't know what that is, go back and check out one of my videos, which actually tells you exactly what your VPV is. But equally, understand this part. Your VPV will help you to understand what you want to be known for. And if you don't know what you want to be known for, well, then how are other people going to be understanding what your business is about? When it comes to knowing what branding is in business, you've got to understand what you want to be known for, because that helps, I guess, understand the basis as to what it is that you do, why it is that you do it, and equally who it is that you do it for. And equally what drives you to do it and to keep doing it, especially in those low moments, right? We all have them as business owners, but you know what? You want to make sure that you're tapping into your VPV and equally understanding what it is that you want to be known for, what your mission is, what your vision is, to be able to push that message out as to what it is that you want to be known for. And speaking of messages, this next part that you also need to make sure that you're covering when it comes to understanding what branding is in business, you also need to understand what is your story, okay? And understanding what your story is, and I'm sort of slowing this part down, is because it's something that we need to take time with. It's something that we need to take time with because this part is how you start making those better connections with your customers. When it comes to understanding what branding is in business, branding is also knowing what your story is. And just a little recap when it comes to understanding branding in business, and especially what branding is in business, you've got to really hit home and nail what your driver is. I said it to you before, but equally when it comes to your story, you know what you're talking about, and equally the thing that you're sharing about your business, why you started it in the first place. Again, I mentioned that not too long ago. Is the story, is the process it took for you to get to where you are now. It's the journey that you equally took to get to where you are now. And when you get to share that journey, people start resonating with it. Because guess what? Your journey is actually something that's super common, and it's a commonality factor that will allow others to actually relate to you. Your story is a device that will allow others to actually see themselves in you. And when they see themselves in you, you're representing something that is so much more greater. And I'm using that word representing, or equally representation, because it's something that we don't actually take to heart enough. The magnitude as to what it is that we're doing and why it is that we're doing, and equally how we are showing up, is something that a lot of business owners, and especially entrepreneurs, don't actually understand themselves. And the appreciation for it needs to be had. Because here's the difference. You representing yourself, you representing your business, especially as the person that you are, is something that needs to be seen. And especially if you're in a space that you are not typically seen as the norm, if you are of a specific race, a specific gender, if you're of a specific sexuality, whatever it may be for yourself, each and every one of us represents something that's specific and represents something that needs to be seen as the norm, and equally represents something that is in this world, right? So what I'm trying to get out in my very long-winded kind of way is understanding that you are representing a hell of a lot more than what you think it is. And it's not just what your business is about, it's a hell of a lot more. So help others to see that they can get there too. Help others to see and understand that with you getting there, there is a path that they can also follow to be able to get there too. Your story will actually be able to help them to understand that aspect. So really think about that. And this final thing, it's understanding your USP, especially when it comes to knowing what branding is in business. Every business owner, every entrepreneur, personal brand, business brand, whatever it may be, everybody has a unique selling point. In actual fact, somebody said this a while ago, and I remember hearing it on a specific audio platform. And I remember being a part of a discussion, and what this lady said, in actual fact, it's not so much your unique selling point. And if that's something that you don't resonate with, that idea, that concept, switch it up. Think about now, what is your unique human point? And what I mean by that is understanding what makes you you, what makes you different, what makes you stand out from your competition. What is that thing? Everybody has it. For me, I'm going to say that one of my unique selling points or unique human points is the idea of me listening. Believe it or not, in this industry, in the branding industry, in the design industry, number one, you need to be able to listen properly, but two, not enough people do it. Specialists like myself, strategists like myself as well, we know what it will take for you to get from point A to B to C to D and to beyond, to where you need to go to be able to elevate you and your brand. The average brand, the average brand expert, let's call them that, they won't take that time. It's all about the money for them. It's all about making sure that they are turning this brand over, right? Just getting it out the door, which is cool to a certain extent. However, they're not listening. So 9 times out of 10, the delivery of that brand is going to be off, simply because they didn't listen. And when I'm talking about listening, there are little words that our clients are saying. There are little words that the values are being expressed by, or the actions are being expressed by. And we pick up on that. And because we pick up on that, we then know how to drive forward your brand. We then know how to make sure that your brand elevates and actually starts connecting with your audience that is suitable to who you are. So think about that, folks. What is your unique human point? Really think about that. And I'm going to leave it there. I want you to really just take that in. Put your notes, get your notes together. Equally, send me some questions as well. If you've got any questions about this video, let me know what they are, because I'd love to go ahead and answer them. Put them in the comment section below. And as always, folks, from me to you, I want to make sure that you are tapping into my guide, which is literally a 6-step system, which will allow you to understand not only how to make those better connections that I spoke of again, but it's equally tapping into something a little bit different, but equally understanding that known for aspect and a hell of a lot more. It's gonna help you to understand you and your brand better, and it's going to understand or help you to understand what is branding in business even more so. So folks, go ahead and check that out. Click on the link that's in the description box below, and make sure you go ahead and like and subscribe to this channel. And folks, I will see you on the other side.